So it has long been speculated on as to whether Governor Ron DeSantis from Florida is going to run for president in 2024. And apparently we need not speculate any longer, and I'll just read the headline. Breaking. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis will announce he is running for president during a discussion with Twitter CEO Elon Musk on Twitter Spaces. And announcing this on Twitter is a very interesting choice, isn't it? It's a symbolic choice, as Twitter is seen as the only big tech free speech platform now. Even though it's not perfect with free speech, I'm aware of that. But it's a lot better than the other ones, in Facebook or YouTube. You know, it's also a story, so it'll get more press because this is different. This is something different from what we usually see. So I think this is, from a marketing perspective, a good idea. Now, the media, of course, has been portraying Elon Musk's Twitter, the Twitter 2.0, whatever you want to call it. It's been portraying it as this new den of hate. It's far right. It's become a far right echo chamber or something. They hate it because they can't just get everybody they don't like canceled off it anymore. Says the discussion between DeSantis and Musk is set to begin at 6 p.m. on Twitter Spaces, the social media site's platform for audio chats, and will be moderated by tech entrepreneur David Sachs, who is both a DeSantis supporter and a personal friend to the Twitter CEO. Now, they're saying it's expected that he will launch his campaign, so I guess it's not an absolute certainty quite yet, but it looks pretty obvious that's probably what he's going to do. I mean, he's going to be visiting battleground states next week. He's already been on a book tour and has visited New Hampshire and Iowa, the two early primary and caucus states. And Musk has stated his support for DeSantis and said last year that he would support a DeSantis bid if he were to run for president in 2024. Looks pretty obvious what's going to happen here. Now, the big question is, does it matter? Because is it all wrapped up for Trump anyway? Now, personally, I like Trump and DeSantis. Either would be infinitely better than Biden, who's hard at work destroying the world, apparently. Or is asleep most of the time, while the people who put the words onto his teleprompter are busy trying to destroy the world. But again, does any of it really matter? Because we'll take a look at this primary poll. I mean, here's you got Trump today with 53.5%, DeSantis with 20.8%. So does Trump just have it locked up anyway? I don't know. I mean, things can change. It's politics. Anything can happen. I know there are a lot of people who prefer DeSantis just because they feel he doesn't have the baggage. But honestly, the press that gave Trump 95% negative coverage, they're going to give him baggage. They'll lie. They'll say whatever they have to. I mean, they're not pretending to be objective anymore, right? CNN, MSNBC, New York Times, they're not pretending. Washington Post, they're not pretending anymore, right? You know, they're leading the parade now. I mean, they actually already started their smear campaign against DeSantis long ago. I mean, here from MSNBC, this is a year ago. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is a far more dangerous politician than Donald Trump. Says, like Trump, DeSantis' time in office would be marked by attempts to pit Americans against one another. Don't forget, whenever you see something from one of these activist organizations like MSNBC, the truth is the opposite of what they say. Everything is projection. Because they never say that Biden's trying to pit Americans against each other when he calls everybody who disagrees with him a white supremacist. But anyway, this is just an example. They've already started the smear job. It's not like they're going to like Ron DeSantis any more than they like Trump. They're going to go after him just as hard. I think the only difference is that perhaps in the way that DeSantis will respond. And so far, I think DeSantis has proven himself to be tough in his response to just clear bias and attacks without kind of losing decorum, I guess you could say. Like, as an example, he's not going to call anybody horseface. But on the other side of that, primary voters know who Trump is, and they know that he's going to try and do the things that he says he wants to do. So there is that trust aspect there. And also, there's the sense that what has happened to him has been so unjust, has been so corrupt, that there would be a justice in Trump being reelected and then actually draining the swamp. What he wasn't able to do the first time, the swamp drained him. But anyway, as we know in politics, unexpected things can happen. Nothing is written in stone, and we'll just have to wait and see how things pan out. Anyway, please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.